I live in Willow and we don't have cell service. There was a deal made by the previous administration to put cellular service in areas that does not include about a quarter of the town. I think Liz is the one to have that taken care of, and she'll help to get that passed.
Extending cell phone service in town and doing extending broadband coverage. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people in Woodstock that still do not have high-speed internet. A lot of people that run their businesses too have to go down to the library to get a big file.
I think that she's the best candidate for the job. She supports the arts, which is very important to me. The Como property has been voted on 6 years now. We've waited to get this easement through. This is Liz who's going to have this happen. I believe that the infrastructure of the town is very important, and we're in a debate right now between several different options. I think Liz can bring us all to some consensus and be practical and responsible financially to not have this be such a burden on the town.
What would you say are the major differences between you and the current supervisor?
The Como easement has been a major demarcation for us. I don't think Jeff really truly is for the easement. He came out very early against it, but now because of the pushback, he's sort of wavering a little. I believe his style, his leadership quality is personally for me, is not what I would like to see in how you lead the town board. You know, the town board represents the diversity of this room. And when we get up there to do our business, I mean, all of us have been in the business world. You know that sometimes you have to work with people that you don't necessarily like, but your charge is to get your job done and set your goals and get through it. And my feeling is the big difference is when I get up there, that is what my charge is. I'm not there to politicize everything. I'm not there to show up anybody. I'm there to do my job and get it done for the people of Woodstock.
My name is Richard Freed. I live on Easton Lane in Woodstock, which is in New York. And I am voting for Liz Simonson because I think she would undoubtedly make the most creditable leader. And by leadership, I mean she asks questions, number one, and number two, she never forgets or is never unmindful of the will of the electorate. She is not a decider. She does not operate in the role of changing, of overreaching, and substituting her own notions for the will of the electorate. I think she genuinely has the welfare and the well-being of the Woodstock population in mind, and I think she is extraordinarily effective in politics, and that's why I'm voting for her.
Someone's asked us, what would you do to make things a little better, make things go a little more harmoniously on the town board? And Jeff's response was, well, you, the people in Woodstock, need to vote people in who get along. And I don't believe that. That's not your job. You vote for people who think they're going to do the job. They're going to get in there and do their job for you. And so my feeling is that I will commit to you that I see it differently from him. I don't need to have people who agree with me all the time. I just want to respect them, have a very open communication with them, even if we disagree, and just charge forward and get our work done.
My name is Joan Elliott. I live on Easton Lane on the eastern end of Woodstock. I've known Liz probably more than 12 years, but known her most for serving 12 years on the town board. She's worked through 3 supervisors. She's never political or egotistical. She's analytical. She asks the right questions, usually what I have in mind, and then she says it. It's great. And always with a purpose that is in the interest of the people of Woodstock, not just her supporters or a party and so forth. And always with the idea of keeping taxes down and spending carefully. She does the right thing. She asks the right questions. She's experienced in all the areas, and if there's anyone who's going to save that Como property, keep it as beautiful and wonderful as it is, it's going to be Liz on our board. And I hope she's going to be doing it as supervisor.
As you know, the town board are 5 people. The way you make a decision is you get the topic discussed, get your facts, and you take a vote. There's been numerous times where we have indeed done that, and the supervisor does not follow through on what we decide. And I'm going to give you an example. When the Como easement was being done this spring, we had to do a environmental review. We did exactly that. Took a vote, authorized the supervisor to sign this document, and submit it to the state. Do you know how long it took Jeff to sign that document? 2 months. 2 months of Chris Collins having to write to him, maybe every 10 days or 2 weeks, saying, Jeff, have you signed the document? No response. Then finally, well, I didn't really feel comfortable signing it. He neglects to say, though, he does not have veto power. That was a decision that we had decided we were following through in a timely way, and we were obstructed by the town supervisor. Now, if he chooses to go out there and say, we don't get things done quick enough, I think we need to really set the record straight, that getting things done takes, a commitment by all of us, even if we don't necessarily agree with it, that we follow through and do what we are supposed to do. And I believe that we have done that.
Well, Jeff, you have a town board who disagrees with you.
I've heard your argument, and
Well,
I hear,
it's
and
not an argument, it's a statement.
I heard your statement, and I still support the concept of having Steve finish the job.
Okay, well, we're not going to do a resolution tonight because it wasn't
We
up
have
on
a
Friday.
resolution on the table.
No, we don't.
We
That's,
do.
I'm sorry, that is in contravention of our standing policy, which you all pushed on this
Jeff,
board and you all voted for it.
I guess-
And I'm moving to adjourn. Do I have a
No,
second?
No, we are going to vote.
Adjourned.
No.
No, you cannot do
Okay,
that, Jeff.
I am moving, I would like, could you call this resolution amendment? I second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyway, there's a lot of things to do. I really need your help, and I thank you very much for coming. Thanks.